What's up, guys? Game Rose here, and we're going to be talking about this week's The Walking Dead. I'm going to start off by saying that every time The Walking Dead comes on, I always feel this anxiety and this freaking heart attack that I'm going to have every single time. And yes, it was like that. Let's start off with Daryl. Daryl was traveling with, Abraham and Sasha back to Alexandria. They got stopped by a biker gang. They make you believe that it's Negan, but we're thinking that it's not him, because he never really mentioned that he was that person. You know what I'm saying? But they want you to believe that, okay, they got rid of Negan, so there's no more threat, right? I think this is going to come back and bite him in the butt, man. It is. So they get to a confrontation. They get surrounded. Well, they don't get surrounded, but they get taken over. The leader tells one of the guys to take Daryl to the back of the vehicle to check whatever. I don't know what they were checking. Some bumper or something. I don't know, guys. But, I don't know. They left to the back. And Abraham and Sasha stayed behind as hostages, right? They're all three hostages. But, of course, Abraham has to open his mouth, right? I don't know. I don't trust this gang. But they were about to kill him when all of a sudden, boom! Daryl to the rescue. That's why the apocalypse needs a guy like Daryl. Some hillbilly from the south. So Daryl shoots a grenade at him, kills like the whole gang, just blows them up. And they get in the truck and they start heading down to Alexandria, which is good. They need them there. So back in Alexandria, the whole town gets overrun by walkers, right? And Rick had this badass idea that he used in season 1 where he covers his body and guts and they just smell like walkers and they pretty much just walk out the front door. The end of the last season, which was in December, I believe, or November, the little kids start saying, "Mom, Mom, Mom," and we're all over here back home like, "Shut the hell up, kid. Shut the hell up." Well, the kid did good, and they were going through the walkers. They were doing all right, and they had this brilliant idea that Father Gabriel was going to take Judith to a safe place, the church, where there's a lot of more people out there, right? So Rick actually trusts him, so he let him go. But before they went, they wanted to let the little kid go with them, but the kid didn't want to. He said, "I got this, Mom. I can do this. I can do this. I can go the extra mile. I don't want to leave you, Mommy." Well, with Rick's new potential girlfriend, he's like, "Yeah, whatever. Let's bring the kid along. He looks like he might be able to do it. Let's do this," right? Wrong! Poor kid gets eaten, man. And then Mama gets eaten. And then the older brother points a gun at Rick. You better don't. You better don't. Let's recap. This kid has been hating Rick and his family forever, except Judith. Who hates Judith? If you think about it, he killed his dad, now his little brother. Wasn't Rick's fault, but who else is he gonna blame? And the mom. So pretty much, he freaking killed the whole family, right? Except for him. And boom, Michonne with rescue comes and freaking kills the kid. Katan to the chest, guys. Katan to the chest. The only way to do it. So now, pretty much, Rick killed the whole freaking family, but he's the good guy. Anyway, when the kid gets stabbed in the chest, he reflexes like this and throws a shot, like a crazy shot, like a free shot, like he wasn't even aiming. And by the time you know it, Rick turns around to see his son, Carl. And sure enough, I think it's his right eye. Right? It was his right eye that got hit off.
That's the second time that Carl gets shot.
So I watched The Talking Dead right after, And supposedly what happened is the bullet hit the side of his skull right here, ricocheted, so it's good. Supposedly he didn't die, but with a shattered bones, it went into his eye and he lost his eye. Miniature governor. Now, this happened in the comic. As a matter of fact, I don't have that comic, but it's on the way. It's going to be here tomorrow, the next day. And I'm going to read up on it. I want to find out what happens because it's too crazy. It's too crazy. I know he was going to lose his eye, but I couldn't handle it. So in the last episode, Carol and Morgan duked it out on this guy, the Wolfman. I call him the Wolfman, on his life. Seriously, Morgan? How many of us like Morgan at this point? Like, I liked him back in the day when he was crazy, but now it's like, you're gonna get us killed, dude. You're gonna get us killed. And Carol, you should have killed him. I'm serious. Like, I don't care. But right now it's survival, and he pretty much. So the guy takes the town doctor as hostage, and he had the brilliant idea to get up to higher ground or whatever. And he said, just go and just don't stop, just keep going. Well, of course she's gonna stop. She stopped because a walker started attacking her, and he came back and saved her. Not without a price. He got bit, guys. Well, supposedly he was changing. I mean, I don't think he was gonna be the nicest guy in the world or a hero or a savior, but he was taking people's life into consideration, and that's why he came back. So she saw this, and she told him, he was already like, I'm dead, whatever. She told him, let's go back to the infirmary, and I'll save your life. Pretty much cut it off, right? So he said fine, they're going back, and sure enough, they almost got there, and Carol shot him in the chest. Well, before he died, he saved the doctor's life, and the doctor got away, got to the infirmary. Rick is bringing Carl back to the infirmary to get help, and sure enough, they get help, right? And at this point, Rick loses it, guys. He freaking goes out there and starts chomping, taking names and kicking ass. No names taken, but he was kicking ass. And the cool thing is, the whole town started helping. Even Father Gabriel and Eugene. Why do I mention those? Because none of us trust Father Gabriel. Plus, he said in the beginning he wouldn't hurt anybody, or any walkers either. And Eugene's just a puss. At this point, Glenn was creating a plan to go help Maggie. At the last minute, Glenn used himself as a distraction, started shooting and this and that, and sure enough, all the walkers started going after him. But did we lose Glenn? It was close. Did we lose him? No, we didn't. At that same moment, Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl showed up to Alexandria and saved his butt. Glenn, what are you doing to us, dude? My heart can't take it. Anyway, Daryl creates his sea of fire, distract the walkers, and pretty much the walkers walk into the fire and just decompose, guys, and just burn up. That's what they do. Everyone keeps fighting, and supposedly at the end, I hope they killed everybody. I don't know. There was a lot of them. I don't think they stayed out there all the time, but they kept fighting. It ends with Rick giving Carl, an unconscious Carl, an emotional talk. And once that was done, Carl squeezes Rick's hand, and boom. This video is crazy, guys. For being the first mid-season premiere, it was just insane. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know that in the comic, Carl loses his eye, so they got to that point already. The one part that they haven't gone to, which happened very early in the comic, was that Rick loses his arm. I don't know which one, but he loses an arm, and he hasn't done that yet. I wonder when they're gonna do it. The governor actually is the one that chops off his arm as soon as he meets him that first day. And I don't know, fans are wondering what is going on. Back to Negan. I don't think those guys were Negan. I think that Negan is still out there, which is another group that are very radical. And Rick and his group are gonna meet that group. And it's not gonna be pretty, guys. It's not gonna be pretty. I think we're gonna lose a few more people. I don't want to say this, but I think we're gonna lose Carol on this season. I'm not sure. Somebody major is gonna die on this before this season ends. And in the comic, Carol dies at the prison. She actually never got to her potential that she is now. She was never a badass, guys. She was just a regular, pretty much a housewife. And the way she killed herself, she committed suicide. She walked into a walker and let him bit her, and that's where Carol ends in the comic. So for her to be this far in the show, I don't know. Her time is short, I think. What part am I waiting for in this season? Well, Abraham is falling in love with Sasha, but he's still with whatever her name is. But he's still with Rosita, guys. So there's gonna be drama there. If both of them still live, there's gonna be drama between Sasha and Rosita. Abraham's just gonna be in there. Who's Rosita? That's what he's gonna say at the very end. Between them two, I don't know. They're both badass. Like, I think they're both equal in the badassness, you know? So I don't know what's gonna happen there. Morgan needs to go. Some people are actually happy that the little kids are dead and the mom. I wasn't expecting the mom. I thought she was gonna live. I mean, Rick needs somebody. He just lost everybody. He better not lose Carl, because he won't have anything except Judith. And by the time Judith gets old and starts helping out, who cares, right? That's what happened this past episode, guys. Those are my thoughts and inputs on it. Did you watch the episode, guys? What did you think? Did you cry? Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Queen!
They got her too? What?
Oh! Yes! 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 I've never liked him more!